Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, I am the lovely man CT. My brother here in the My Hero Academia shirt is our boy Audie. And we are the not so wise man talking wrestling. Audie,
What's up?
I will say, because I tried to do a solo version of thing last week, you and Chris, more of the predictions right.
Yeah, yeah. I was the what I expected didn't happen. What I predicted would happen kind of happened. The whole if he stays here, you know, uh, MJF. We'll get into that because he did hit him with the knuckle, and then yeah, on Dynamite, But we'll get into that. Shout out to Chris.
Yeah, shout out to our boy Chris. He's
Yeah,
taking a little sabbatical.
yeah, he'll be back with us though. But how are you doing?
I am doing great. I just got into a new relationship 2 days or yesterday. And I spent the weekend, like Thanksgiving weekend, with my family in Indiana. It was a good little weekend. How was yours?
It was cool. We stayed home and just chilled, did family stuff together over the Thanksgiving Day weekend. Um, yeah, not much. I mean, there's a lot, but not much worth talking about here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been gone for a couple of weeks because people need to take breaks for the family and stuff. But in that time, we had a couple of pay-per-views happen.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's a lot to talk about. So let's just get war games out of it. I mean, no. We're not going to war games. We're going to do full gear.
All right.
It was kind of good. I mean, okay. For AEW pay-per-views, it was good, not great. I'll say that. Like by their standards, it was just a good pay-per-view.
Yeah, it definitely had its moments. I go into everything like I go into the Marvel movies, where I just come to enjoy myself. I don't like to think too hard.
Yeah.
I definitely did well. Unlike last pay per view where it was going in and out the whole time, I got to watch it all the way through. I didn't fall asleep,
That's good.
But I will say this: having a 5 hour long like pay per view, that's including the pre show, is killing me.
Yeah.
It is killing me. Like, there's a couple matches that they could have just had on Dynamite, really. And my thing was, I think I told you guys in the chat, and I might be tweeted it as well. If they're gonna like to knock down these 4 or 5 hour pay per views, they should just have Championship Week, like leading up to the pay per view. So every match, where you want to actually give them time, give it to them on a TV match. You don't have to put it on a pay per view.
Okay. What I would say to that is they kind of did. You get your battle of the belts, you get your winners coming, you get stuff like that where something might change hands. You get your Fighter Fest and all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think what Tony has done was created an issue for himself. He has a lot of great talent that put on a lot of great matches. Like shit, the Young Bucks and Death Triangle was a great match. MJF match was what I would thought it would be. not so much great as far as in ring, but the story that they was telling and how it all came down was cool. They're the Jungle Boy Luchasaurus. Like they've been created a lot of moments for themselves, and they because they have that reputation of doing it on their pay-per-views, they're kind of doing two things. They're kind of one, they're they have a bar that they set. Now they gotta try to meet that bar.
Yeah.
Right. But inadvertently what they're doing is making it to where a lot of matches that would be good in comparison to everything else around it kind of waters it down, and we're getting we're getting spoiled to it. That's what I would say. We as wrestling fans are getting spoiled to it. So now the lore of it all is now weighing on us because it's not something that is special because they put on real good pay-per-views all the time. So it's not like, you get this gym for the year. Like this one was just it. I mean, we didn't have the All Out, we didn't have Forbidden Door, we didn't have Revolution, we didn't have a lot that goes on AEW itself, right? So if every time it's 5 hours, you're automatically going to expect it. And it's not so special anymore because it's the norm. It's not the outlier, it's the norm.
Yeah.
Right? But here's another thing it's a little funky. Okay. Let me make sure that I'm straight because this stuff be acting up sometimes.
Well, I'll keep going. Because I'm like, I was looking at the card, just pulled it up. There was a lot of matches where it kind of could have went on like a Dynamite. Honest, like I love Jay Cargill. That match could have kind of went on there. Sting Darby Allin versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. That could have gone on there. The Fatal 4-Way for the Ring of Honor match, that could have just been the main event of a Dynamite.
Yeah.
Plenty of time. Like there's other ones, or even the TNT match, I could see that being on like a TV match.
Yes.
But you're right how they've kind of booked themselves into a corner pretty much because you've had such great pay-per-views, and for the fact that they only do, I believe, 4 a year.
Right.
So
yeah. And now let's add this to the equation. Since Triple H has taken over, we've gotten a lot of great pay-per-views from him. So now we're just getting good wrestling all the time, and it is going to be draining. Like that is one of the things. So like even with War Games, it started at 7. What was it over at 10? And they had great matches, right? And what I would probably suggest is they add a little more pay-per-views, like 1 or 2 more throughout the year, and shorten this. Let some of those stories that you're planning for this pay-per-view, let it be like, all right, I know this one is going at it's supposed to be for All Out, but let's have another pay-per-view 2 weeks, maybe 3 after that, and let that be Bash at the Beach or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And then you make some matches that you know better, like your Revolution, your All Out, and your Full Gear have those magical matches, and the other ones are great showcases of stories that need to have a conclusion.
Yeah.
So
the only 3 pay-per-views, aren't there? Full Gear, All Out, Revolution,
They got. I'm not even going to try to guess. But I'm gonna pull it up.
Because I know they have all the like themed Dynamite shows.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, cool, but sometimes even their themed Dynamite shows don't live up to what it should be, because their themed Dynamite show should be basically a mini pay-per-view.
Double or Nothing is another one.
Which one?
Double or Nothing.
Okay.
That's the fourth one.
Okay.
Right, because Fight for the Fallen is that. Would you consider that a pay-per-view? I think they've done it on pay-per-view a couple times, but I also think they did it on TV.
Winter's coming?
Fight for the Fallen.
Oh. No, I just thought that was just the name of the game.
No, the name of the game is Fight Forever. And Fight for the Fallen only happened once. Let me change that. And they added the Forbidden Door. So technically it's really four, but every once in a while they add another one.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So we had 5 this year. And all of them was kind of crazy. Yeah. It was crazy. And then you add on the Summerslams and everything that has happened in between. It has been ridiculous. So but back to AEW and their full gear.
So the first match that we had was, because I'm not doing the pre-show.
Oh, that pre-show was amazing.
I only caught the last match with Eddie Kingston and not gonna go all the way back up. Akiyama.
Yeah.
That was the only one because at the time I was driving to work, so it would take an hour to get me to work, so that's why I couldn't watch it. But we had Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus Luchasaurus. For the first match, granted, kind of thought that the Elite versus Death Triangle should be the first match, but they definitely put on a good first match. Like the first match is always supposed to be the tone setter.
Yeah.
To get people hyped. And this match had a good story behind it. Christian turned on Jungle Boy. We all knew Luchasaurus turned on Jungle Boy, but it was a slow burn. And hopefully now this could be the start of them both going their separate ways.
Yeah.
And also, Max Caster needs to talk to Jungle Boy about dropping the elbow.
Yeah.
Like, I guess he probably didn't want to kill him, but the elbow didn't look the cleanest.
Yeah, that I saw because again I was working when all of this was happening. It was a good match. It was compelling. I'm kind of shocked that I haven't really seen much of Jack Perry lately. Because that he should be on his momentum should be like rising off that. So to him to be seen, it's my son still be around and should be on vacation. It's kind of head tilting to me. Like it's like, wait a minute. But I don't understand because it's Muslim. But Jack Perry should be getting some of this time. Jack Perry should be at the same time pushing arms out his arm hairs. Hold on a second.
Yep, be right back. And we are back. We were talking about how Luchasaurus lost to Jack Perry, how we both feel that it's time for them to go their separate ways because bigger and better things. Luchasaurus could challenge for the title or the TNT, and Jungle Boy can go and I don't know. I think Jungle Boy can lose to MJF in a title match.
Yeah,
Go
It's a
ahead.
it's a pillar match. I think that
Um,
there still should be. Oh, that's what I was saying before I left. I think until Christian, because that story is not over with. Until
mhm.
Christian gets his once he gets healed, until he gets healed, he should be pulling a couple more people to just give Jack Perry a little bit of issue. Him siding with Stokely, or just something just
Mhm.
to keep that going, because he shouldn't be, because he wasn't on this past Wednesday, and I don't think he was on
He
last
wasn't
week.
on last Wednesday either.
Yeah, he should be riding high, and he should be building momentum. The crowd was supposed to be cheering him for the last 2 weeks after that.
And then Luchasaurus is hurt regardless, so he obviously
Hmm.
takes some time off.
Yeah,
Um,
even if he wasn't hurt, I would understand a kayfabe break right now, because you just had a bad loss. You don't want to just hop into it, because it would feel like it was eh. So yeah. But
the
oh,
big part of the night, because we're off of that match now,
mhm.
Trios title with the Elite coming back versus Death Triangle. That match was amazing, which led to them having a best of 7 match, which at this moment, I believe it is 2-1 Death Triangle.
Yes.
Have you seen any of their matches so far?
I've seen part of the pay-per-view match. I missed last Wednesday, but I saw this past Wednesday. They've been doing a bang up job. But that's what you expect with them.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's six great in-ring workers. Like,
Honestly, I feel like the last match is when Pac finally turns on Ray Phoenix.
I swear, I've been loving Death Triangle for almost 3 years now. Don't do that. We just got this trios. Don't break up a trio.
Well, I mean,
Like,
they've been setting the seeds, which I honestly don't know how Penta is going to go because Penta has sided with Pac, but then, Phoenix is still his brother.
yeah.
So,
And I don't think that there'd be a lot. I don't know. Cause even with this whole, like, we do have to talk about them. I know what I said, but we do have to talk about them. Even with Swerve and Keith Lee. Keith Lee walked out on him, and then not last week, but the week before, he, instead of it being bad blood, Swerve acted like he's talking business with Keith Lee, and he's like, "Yo, let's get out of the way of the cameras and let's have a
mhm.
conversation." So I don't even know if they're going to be all the way done. So if there's going to be a situation where Death Triangle, yes, I can see the conflict costing them match 7, because this is definitely going to go 7.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So I can see the conflict costing them, but I hope they don't, because if if the Elite loses in 7, that to me would make that trios title a little more important.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. That's all I really got to say about them and their matches.
Well, I
They've
mean,
been amazing. Uh-huh.
they did the first or at Full Gear, they had a fuck CM Punk chant go on. Then last week when they were in Chicago, they had a fuck the elite chant.
Mm-hmm.
This week they were in Indianapolis. So I don't think there was no fuck anybody chant. They were
Yeah.
just
A great
happy
match.
to have
Yeah.
wrestling in their city.
Yeah.
But they kind of off. Last week they were definitely they knew that they were going to be healed, so they started doing a lot of CM Punk stuff.
Yeah. I
Like
saw that. I
the
saw that.
botch, whatever lariat Hangman calls it, buckshot lariat, Kenny Omega biting people,
Yeah.
and the
Doing the
GTS,
GTS. Yeah.
which I thought about it. A really dope finisher, like a trios finisher, would be someone who have them up with GTS. They knee
Mhm.
them, 2 people come super kick.
That would be dope. Even though I really don't like the GTS as a finisher.
Go
I-
to Well,
Yeah.
no. Have you seen when Kenta does it?
No, I haven't.
Kenta is the guy. He used to be Hideo Itami. I don't know if you were watching WWE at that time or NXT.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one who created the GTS. Like, go and watch on YouTube some of his GTS.
With his, it's like he add a little more force. Like he would pick him up and then he drops him on the knee instead of just like tossing him up.
He knees them in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I did see it.
Yeah. And which was crazy because Hideo Itami doesn't like CM Punk because it was before Hideo Itami came, I think, a month or two before CM Punk left. But they told him that he couldn't do the GTS, a move that he created, because it would remind people of CM Punk.
I heard that story. So I did hear that story.
If I was Kenta, I would be annoyed. And yeah. I would be annoyed with CM Punk and with the WWE.
WWE, yeah.
But
actually, they could have made that into a story. The battle of the GTSs.
I mean, they pretty much did the same thing when Eddie Guerrero came in RVD with the Flash.
Yeah. Ooh.
Like, that could have been a great match.
Okay. And I just real quick, because I just thought about when you said Frog Splash.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Davies, thank you for giving me that match. For I think it was Progress. No, it's dang, I can't remember the wrestling name. I keep forgetting it. But Michael Oku. Remember I told you that this guy was talking about Michael Oku. He's ranked 106. He put on the last man standing match. Crazy. At first it started off as funny. But then it got serious. Crowbar, a 2x4 with barbed wire wrapped around it came out. Tex came out. But Michael Oku did this frog splash from one end of the ring to the other.
Oh, I'm gonna have to see that.
Crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna send you the link. It's a 30-minute match. When it starts off, Michael Oku, he's a nice little heel. He's very, very intelligent, very funny. As far as like, because they did this in a library. And so it looks like there was, and it looks like there was a lot of people there that was pretty much their first time or not really familiar. So he entertained them for like the first half of the wrestling. Like it was hilarious. Like him, man, when you see it, you're gonna be like, this guy's an idiot.
No, it's not.
And then when he wins, I mean, because he did win, he was ill. But when it got serious, and I like what they did like a lighting change to let you know that everything is about to get different. It was good. It was good. Shout out to Bobby Davies. Shout out to Michael Oku. Hopefully we get to actually see. I'm gonna be watching for a couple more matches, but hopefully we get a chance to interview because that's what I'm working on. But that frog splash from one end to the ring, that it was nice.
Well, and then we had our number one champion in AEW. That bitch, she made him money. And the suit that she was wearing yesterday, ooh, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Cargill versus Nyla Rose. Now, I heard a lot of people, especially there was video in the building when that match was going on, with people leaving to go to the bathroom and going to like concessions. And people were like, oh, no one cares about this match, blah, 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 blah. Wait, no. After the match that they just saw with the 6-man tag, whatever match was going to come up next was not going to live up to it. But they did the best. And no one was going, it was the Elite coming back, so everybody was going to be there to watch it regardless. No one was going to leave during their match. So they just had unfortunate timing of being up after them.
Yeah,
But Cargill and Nyla Rose had a fantastic match.
they definitely did.
Finishers. Jade ended up still winning with the Jaded, so she's 42-0. I hope that she keeps going. I want her to go beyond 50. I want her to go beyond 100.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Goldberg's his streak was finessed.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I want her to legit go on a Beat a Bitch tour.
Yeah.
In all respects. Like,
Yeah.
even if that's having more of the local indie talent come out, still, like, she doesn't have to defend her title. I just want her to actually get into the ring a little bit more.
Yeah.
And showcase her dominance.
Yeah, she does need to have a dominant run, like right now. She needs some enhancement talent to come in and just, do their thing, allow her to look like a star. I think that she really just, I would say, Britt Baker, eventually Jamie Hayter, but the championship has to be next. Like, her next big thing is going towards the championship. But she should rack up a bunch of wins, get to like 60, 70, and then withdraw from the title, just I'm done with this. Yeah. And then just go for the women's title. And they be like, there's a lot of people in front of you. And she just runs through them and get to like the 99 right there. And then just be like,
the 100th win.
It's the title. That will work. I would love it. Tony, make it happen.
Then we had the ROH World Championships where Chris Jericho defended against Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, and Sammy Guevara. For what it was a good match. I think I was cooking at this time. But, I mean, the Ocho ended up taking the win. There was a few times where Chris Jericho and Sammy were at the ring. Bryan and Claudio, they actually had a match. Like, we're hitting each other.
Oh, yeah.
Sammy got some good shots. I think he didn't hit Jericho, but Jericho definitely hit him.
No, course. I missed this match, and I was pissed about it.
But at the end of the day, Jericho won. I was wrong. And that sets up for Final Battle, Claudio versus Chris Jericho. We didn't have Saraya Knight or Saraya versus Britt Baker. Britt Baker.
DMD. Yep.
The match was all right. Everybody was, I wouldn't say had a microscope, but they were looking closely because this was the first match that Saraya has had since, I think, 2017. It was a last match. But Saraya ended up getting the win. Bada bing, bada boom. Now Britt Baker can feud with the new AEW Women's Champion.
She's not feuding with her anytime soon. I'm actually liking how everything is going right now.
It's a slow burn, but
it's going to be very slow. Jamie is about to get this stardom that is freaking amazing. But the way that Britt is playing it as a real friend is impeccable because you're seeing Britt not be so self-absorbed. I mean, she is still a little self-absorbed, but now that there's another champion around, she's like, don't be talking to her like that. That's do you know who that is? Like, that is amazing. So to see it is hilarious. It is awesome. And I love what Saraya said in the scrum, saying like, yeah, she was still a little rusty. She's happy that she was able to do it. Brett carried her. She ain't carry you like how you said it, but it's good to see that type of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we did also have a match that we didn't even pick because we at the time it wasn't even on the card. Samoa Joe versus Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs. And even we talked about it, but none of us had Samoa Joe winning.
No.
And the way that he won, basically, Wardlow was just being a rookie and not necessarily going for the win. He wanted to give Hobbs the powerbomb symphony. Bro, 2 power bombs, go for the pin. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
He didn't want to do that. Samoa Joe came, hit him with the title. Everybody said that he pinned Hobbs, but choked him out. Granted, he was already out.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe is the ROH TV champion and the TNT champion, so you can call him the ultimate TV champion.
Yeah.
Wardlow, it was a really good match.
Yeah, it was.
Wardlow doing the Whisper of War. Man meat, slapping man meat.
Of course.
And honestly, yeah, I didn't see Samoa Joe winning, but the way that he won, I like it and it makes sense.
Yeah. He stole a win. He stole it because dude's a rookie. That's really what it is. It was like you got much to learn. You go for the kill, and it's a lot. And so I really enjoyed that because in all actuality, it says that Wardlow won, but Sami took it. So now that's the story. And I mean not Sami, just Samoa Joe. I'm sorry. All of these Hawaiians around right now, even Sami Uso. Like it's a lot. But what was the match after that? Because I can't.
I'm gonna run through this super quickly now. Sting, Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. Fans, don't try to mess with Jeff Jarrett. He fights fans.
Yes, he does.
The only person who can take down Satnam Singh is Sting. And they have this dope double team Scorpion coffin drop that they need to use as a finisher because that was really dope as hell. We then had the AEW Interims Women's Championship, Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter, which now Jamie Hayter is officially the AEW Women's Champion.
Yeah, and they rectified.
Yeah, I think they said Toni Storm was the champion.
Yeah, they made it official for Toni. They made her run official. She was an interim. She's the official. They back in that one, and that was cool. Yeah, that's very respectful. Because regardless of interim, not interim, she held it down. So shout out to Toni being an official champion. Ain't no asterisk by her name.
And shout out to Jamie Hayter, becoming the new champion. But the only reason why I think they're showing like Britt, I don't think Britt's going to be her next opponent. The opponent after her next opponent is going to be Britt because of the way that every time Jamie tries to say something, Britt cuts her off and she starts talking. I can see Jamie eventually being like, yo, I'm the champion. What are you doing?
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, and Britt be like, I'm just being your manager right now. You're the champion. You don't even need to speak to these peasants and all of that. Yeah, I could see all of it go. I hope that it lasts a minute. I hope that Thunder Rosa comes back and then she loses to Jamie. I think that there's a couple of people that Jamie should face. When Chris Statlander comes back, she should get a shot because she's going to get a pop. She's going to be a favorite, but she still should lose. And it should be to where Britt is the only one that she has to face. And
she has to fade Jade Cargill.
Yeah. Because I think that she honestly, because even though I love Britt, Jamie should still win. And then that can be the match, Jade versus Jamie. Because I think that even though Britt is an amazing champion, she has that it factor. Let Jamie shine. Give Jamie that shot, because this is gonna grow. And is Jamie a heel or a face?
She technically is a heel, but people cheer her because everybody wants her to succeed. And it's kind of like how the Acclaimed was like, I don't even know. I think it was because of the raps that they started to cheer. But the people are just kind of chosen.
Yeah, because man, they because ain't that the next match?
Yep.
So let's get right into it.
For my glory. Like,
Dude.
all I need to know is Swerve slapped Keith Lee like he was a child. And I thought Keith was going to hit him. And I was like, what? What? You're just going to pick him up and walk away? Is what it is. The Acclaimed ended up winning. And they do have a match tomorrow, which they said that they're supposed to be facing the top tag team in the division.
Yeah, but they're the top, so.
Exactly. But that can mean one of two things. They're going up against Top Flight. They're going up against the top guys.
Yeah. I think this another FTR. This is a FTR one. Their match was crazy though at Full Gear. They showed that they can go. And it's great that like hearing the history of them, because the way that they showed up, they were individuals. They decided to team up. They created this and the scissoring and all of that. And it's just they're a homegrown talent and they are great in the ring. I'll say they are phenomenal in the ring. Not just in the comedy
of Enzo and Cass.
Yeah, but not just in the comedy and actual skill, storytelling. Next year I can see them being the top team. Because this year is FTR. I'm sorry, this year is definitely FTR's year. They were the top team this year throughout the entire year. But I see the Acclaim going for that. And if they allow the Acclaim to go out on independent circuits and stuff like that to just win other titles, it's gonna be me.
They have been on a few indie shows.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've done anything recently.
No, next year I can see them being on their FTR run.
Yeah, which supposedly FTR might be heading back. Well, we'll talk about that because another person might be heading back supposedly.
Yeah.
The next match and the final match in the card was Jon Moxley versus MJF. We all knew MJF was going to win.
Yeah.
We just didn't know how.
Yeah. And I said that this was going to be his face turn. And I was absolutely wrong. But I said the only way that because I did say that he's keeping, if he doesn't change he's the devil, then he's going to have to be an absolute heel. And that's when William Regal turns on Moxley, but he turns on Regal. That did happen. And I was excited when I saw that. And that is the absolute worst thing that he could have done in that situation, which made it perfect because of all of the health issues that William Regal had. But
and crazy enough, like that was just the fans still cheered him.
Yep.
Like he cheated to beat Mox, fans cheered him. He hit William Regal from the back, fans cheered him.
Yep. Well, it got quiet. They was a cheer for a second, and then he stayed laying down there. And people was like, "Oh shit!"
I guess supposedly they carted him off
Yeah,
during the break.
yeah. They carted him off. Daniel Bryan with him in the EMS.
So then, granted, he did mention Eddie Kingston, Bryan Danielson, and Ricky Starks, who he faces in 2 weeks at Winter is Coming. But that match was so just the pay-per-view match. It's a great storytelling match with MJF selling his knee the whole time, did the tombstone on the apron, took the avalanche paradigm shift, landed right directly on his knee. And then just the only thing I'll say I didn't like, and it's just one thing, is there was no true explanation. Like, because everybody believes with the word going on, him leaving, William Regal leaving. But I still want to know, like, why William Regal turned on John Moxley. And is that going to lead to the Blackpool Combat Club breaking up? Last week, John Moxley basically told William Regal to leave. Daniel Bryan stopped Moxley from attacking him. Like, there's so many questions that need to be answered that just kind of.
Yeah, I think that is going to be answered. It's going to be. I know that it seemed like they wrote off William Regal, but I doubt that. I doubt that Tony Khan actually only signed him for a year. That is.
There's so many different speculations on.
Yeah, Tony Khan is not that. He's a smart businessman. So I doubt that. So I know that he's going to get some time off, but I think that there's going to be some questions answered. I see the Blackpool Combat Club separating soon.
Claudio faces Chris Jericho at Final Battle. If he loses, he has to join the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Yeah.
They're already setting up Bryan Danielson and John Moxley fighting each other again.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of have Wheeler Yuta
on his own.
Yep.
Pretty much.
10 toes down, my dude.
Yeah.
10 toes down.
Yeah, but that is it for
Full Gear.
Full Gear. Then we
we did the little poll, not really a poll, but we tried to see who was going to win, who was going to lose, who knew not who knew the most, but who could guess the most in their predictions.
Mm-hmm.
Chris and Audie had the most with 6 wins out of the 10. I had 5, so at least I was right there. I was right.
Yeah, you was halfway there. I think you let your hatred for Chris Jericho skew your vision.
Not hatred, it's more loathing.
All right, so you let your loathing get in the way of it. It's smart business especially if they get their TV show soon. I mean, their TV programming soon.
Unlike my love for Jade Cargill, I do have love for Jamie Hayter.
Mm-hmm.
But that love isn't as deep as Jade Cargill, at which she did fire Kiera Hogan.
Yeah, I saw that. My heart broke.
Same, because all 4 of them,
mm-hmm.
Yes, I wanted all 4 of them just to come out and do the entrance.
Yeah.
At which Jay Cargill's feud with Bow Wow, I was gonna say Bad Boy, with Bow Wow has heated up. So Bow Wow should be ooh, no. Bow Wow
What?
cost Jay Cargill her first match.
That's
I'll
not
pay
happening.
Bow Wow forever. I will go to every Millennia tour and just boo, boo this man.
Yeah, you need to throw tomatoes at him if that happened because your boo's gonna be drowned by the cheers. But
Yeah. I'm
he
gonna throw
needs to
one
know.
tomato and then run for my life.
Yeah, but we'll get into that because I think Soldier Boy coming too. Soldier did it first, so but no, but we also had War Games,
Yes.
and I want to say because I kind of want to fly past this because we didn't have technical issues, and this is a little bit longer than what we wanted, but I'll say this first: the women in the War Games match put on a great show. It was great to see Becky Lynch back. Man, I know that y'all are kind of used to how War Games go, but for this being like really my first War Games,
Mhm.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. So the women put on a great match.
I haven't seen the actual pay-per-view. I'm actually gonna watch that later tonight. Um, I would say not a lot of people care for the Ronda Shotzi match. I love Shotzi. I'm okay with Ronda. Ronda did end up winning. The feud between the OC and Judgment Day. They had AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. AJ ended up winning. Then they had an 8-man tag the next day on Raw, or the next Monday on Raw.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, yo, they could have had that be a Survivor Series match if they really wanted it to be, and put 2 other girls in the War Games.
Yeah.
Austin Theory, like none of us would have called that, won the US title back. And I don't necessarily know who's a heel and who's a face with Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, or Austin. Well, Austin Theory is obviously a heel.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else have no idea.
This Seth Rollins face turn.
And we'll see, because I think they might go for the title at maybe 2 weeks. I think New Year's Day is on a Monday. So I can see them facing each other for the US title. But I mean, they have 8 weeks of TV before the next pay-per-view, which next pay-per-view is the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen, Cody Rhodes has been having some vignettes done. Charlotte Flair has had some vignettes done. So those two could be showing back up pretty soon.
Yeah. They're definitely coming. And I
And we
see
have
them.
the best part of War Games that I can't wait to see. And that's basically Jey Uso finally acknowledging Sami Uso.
That match was the drama and all of it, the build up to everything. It was just perfect. Sammy, Jay talking to Roman, talking about, man, he was talking to Kevin Owens, and he lied to me. He's a liability. We should get him. And the only reason why I ain't get him, because you ain't give me the green light. He was like, I'm gonna talk to Sammy. He talked to Sammy. Sammy was like, listen, I ain't lying to you. I need Jay to focus, so I didn't tell him. But he wanted me to betray you, and I said no because y'all are my family. Roman was worried. He hugged him, got that little stoic face.
Hell, even when it was the Bloodline's time to go out,
Yes.
Jimmy was about to go out there. Roman holds him back. Tells Jay to go out, or Sammy.
Go out there. And he just
I
sat.
watch that match.
He sat just.
And then the end of the match, Kevin was about to super kick. Was it Roman? And he called it?
Yeah, he had I think it was Roman.
Gave him the low blow.
Yeah. Man.
The Uber kick had Jay splash, Kevin Owens, 1, 2, 3.
He stopped the pin. When he stopped the 3 count, it was like, really?
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, this is your family. This is your family. No, he was about to super kick Jay.
Okay.
Because Roman was on the ground.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is your family. Tried to super kick. And then the hell of a and stood and looked. I can't even do the fact. He just looked, grabbed him, put him on the ground, and then did the. I know I got Ace around. Then did the. He's all yours. I was like, man, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got the hug from Jay. Now this is great because now Jay can laugh. Him breaking character. He don't have to worry about breaking character anymore.
Yep.
Oh man, this just makes it perfect.
This breakup though.
You talking about Kevin and Sammy?
No, them turning on Sammy or yeah.
I put in the chat in the group chat. Like it would be crazy if they turn on Jay.
Yeah, but they would have to lose the tag titles first.
It might be. They might lose. It might be Sammy and Solo as tag champs.
Yeah, but I think that could happen, but everybody is pretty much tunnel vision to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeating them at WrestleMania.
Yeah. And I got a whole convoluted idea that I might just throw up on my fan. We can probably do a fantasy booking of that. Because I can see a world where Sammy, it still ends with Sammy and Kevin versus, I would say, the Usos, or it might be somebody else, and then they got the championship, and then there's Sammy and Kevin as the champions versus Jay and Jimmy. But there's a whole convoluted way that I get to that. Because I would say this Sammy start putting a little bug in Roman's ear, and that's where everything goes. Like Solo would be, I don't know what's going on. Jimmy would be like, fighting for his brother. Roman, but every time Sam, like, look, I done did all of this for you. And look at what Jay's doing. Jay has been disrespectful, and y'all know y'all got history together where y'all fought for the head. Like he could bring all that shit up just to put a little bug in his ear, right?
Yeah.
I also got an idea of how the fact that Sammy could turn on his best friend sets Roman up on a paranoia to the point of where they turn on Sammy again. So I can see it. Like if you turned on your best friend for 20 years, what makes me think you won't do that to us?
But then again, Kevin Owens started it.
I know. His debut on NXT. that was the start of it. Yeah. Yes. But I can see a world where it can still all work out. But man, that was so good. Man, this is the story of the year. This is the story of the year. And honestly, it happened by an accident. Like, cause in the beginning of the year, it was Roman was holding Sami hostage. Like he was injured and couldn't do nothing. Like it turned into a whole Stockholm syndrome thing. Man, this is great.
I mean, if you think about it, also, dogs kind of have Stockholm syndrome.
I heard that. I heard that. Yeah, we done take them from parents and everything, and now they believe that we the parents, and they're there because we're their captors, and they forced to love us. They got domestication, Stockholm syndrome, and animals.
Ooh, Dakota Kai has a new moniker, Miss War Games.
Okay, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And we did have a Sasha Banks sighting.
I don't want to talk about that. She was at a Celtics game. I don't give a fuck about the Celtics. The Celtics. And I got bad blood from the 80s still. Fuck y'all. Y'all tried to have Antoine Walker and Paul Pierce go against the Chauncey Billups and Ben Wallace comedy. Man, get out of here. Yeah. Fuck y'all.
Until y'all got Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, y'all cheated because y'all couldn't do nothing else. This is not a sports spot. Well, this is not a basketball podcast, but just know if you are green and yellow or red and white, I don't like you. If you a cheesehead or a Celtic, I don't like you.
Sounds about right.
And this is nothing personal. It's just shit. If you a bull, I don't like you.
I get a lot of flack because I tell people I don't like LeBron James, I don't like Michael Jordan, and I don't like Kobe Bryant.
I understand that.
And it's how do you not like them? Those are the GOATs. Because I'm like, I'm not saying that they're not. Just because don't mean I gotta like them.
Right.
They're the reason why when growing up in Indiana, every year they would get close.
Mm-hmm.
One of those three people took them out the playoffs. So no, I have a loathe for those three men. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Kobe. I love Kobe. I probably would have hated him if he beat the Pistons in 04.
But he lost to a team with no stars.
They lost to a team with no top 100 player.
That just proves teams beat stars.
Yeah.
But now we can talk about anything that you want to, because you said you want to talk about something.
All right. I do want to get back to Jade Cargill and Bow Wow. Okay. If I will say this, if the story wasn't Bow Wow, it would be a lot bigger than what it is right now. And not saying that I don't think that this is a big deal. What I'm saying is because Bow Wow is just a meme. This one seems a little convoluted as far as how everything is going. But think about it. They was beefing on Twitter. It was at a meet and greet, and they got into a screaming match, an argument match, or whatever. And now Bow Wow is here. This is probably one of the I don't want to say one of the best stories, but this one is legit for Jade Cargill as far as she done drew some heat or whatever. But because it's Bow Wow, people don't care. And so like even when Jade came out Wednesday, she did her thing. People cheered for a second. People booed. You know, she got the emotions of the crowd. Bow Wow came on. People was like, "Fuck is he doing here?" and it was in the area that probably people really wasn't paying attention to Bow Wow like that. But this is going to be a great story. Again, hip hop is winning. They done got another icon, another legend to come in and do. I mean, they done did everything from Jermaine Dupri, Kevin Gates, Rick Ross. They done had a lot of hip hop on here.
Action Bronson,
yeah, Action
Bronson. AEW has fully embraced at least the hip hop side of wrestling.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people in hip hop grew up watching wrestling, and you can even hear it in some of the raps. Like, they'll mention certain people.
Yeah. Shoot. Let's talk about the Stan Lee of wrestling right now. West Side Gun. Big event, he's there. And he's not like there. He's there as a fan. Like, they're not making a big deal out of it, even though they should. Like, man, this dude is here.
Especially if they're in Buffalo. When they're in Buffalo,
he's always there. He's in Buffalo. He had pay-per-view events. He is like everywhere. I'm wondering, like, when did you gonna be making some music? I would be wondering that if he didn't just come out with an album, right? Like, he just came out with an album, and they do albums all the time.
And I didn't know that he was the Daniel Garcia's thing, the one who does this thing.
Yeah.
Until he came out and did it.
Yeah, no, and he also is an owner of House of Glory Wrestling.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. So when me as a hip hop head, hold on one second. Me as a hip hop head, when I see him, I'm like, oh shit, this was I good. Like, cause I'm Griselda all day. Ace,
you like Griselda too?
Yeah, he does. But it's nasty. Dog slob. I'm rubbing my nose, and it was on me. But no, Westside is Stan Lee right now. He's the thing that connects all of the universe of wrestling right now. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen him at a GCW event. Like, he's that guy. Hopefully I do want to interview him because he's different.
Yeah.
Like, out of everybody, he's different.
That is going to be the year of the interviews for the Three Not So Wise Men podcast.
Yes.
Heard it here first on the 1st of December.
Yeah. But I did want to talk about that. But with Jay Cargill, coming back to that, if they're able to get Soulja Boy in this as like a mixed tag match in the Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow, this has been going on for a couple of years now, because Soulja was talking about getting in it with Bow Wow and Randy Orton. Like, so if they is able to do it, wrestling fans is gonna love it. Hip hop fans are gonna love it. They do.
It's gonna bring more of the Black audience to wrestling too.
They need to do it in Atlanta. Like, that would be the perfect spot for that match. Mm-hmm. And to have Jay Cargill and, let's say, Kiera Hogan versus Soulja and Bow Wow.
No, because Kiera Hogan's out of the baddies.
That's what I'm saying. She's out of the baddies, and so she's teaming up with Bow Wow to get her get back against Jay, because you kicked me out of the baddies, now it's beef. Yeah. And then Soulja's like, man, listen, I done did all this first. You want to see it? You want to see a rapper do a frog splash first? I'm gonna be the one to do it first. He gonna do all the moves first, and this is gonna be crazy. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna be like, yeah. As long as it's better than when Snoop did it.
Yeah, but it's if they do that, I want them to take it as serious as the celebrities that has been doing it lately. When Shaq was on there, when Snoop was on there, Snoop ain't the greatest, but he took it serious. Logan Paul has been taking it serious. Bad Bunny takes it serious. Pat McAfee takes it serious. You about to be in a lineage of a generation of people that aren't originally in that cloth, but took it serious enough to garner the respect of the locker room. So if you come up there and you look like a damn fool, I'm gonna have a problem with you.
Oh yeah.
And I know that I ain't nobody, but I know how to create problems for people. So I need y'all to take it serious.
Just be like, what the fuck?
Okay. But I did want to go there. In the Full Gear pay-per-views, we went through a lot of what happened on Dynamite over the last couple of weeks. So we don't even need to rehash that. But rumors. CM Punk is rumored to be out of AEW. I doubt it. They took an interview that Stokely Carmichael has said, and they blew it out of proportion. I'm gonna say it like this: when he said, "Yeah, there was supposed to be something with we're supposed to be doing something with the person that was there, but the person's not there anymore," they took it as, "Oh, he's out." No, you're speaking to a person that is caught up in a moment. You're speaking to a person that is literally telling you how things are going. And even if he signs his contract right now, he's not there anymore.
He's still injured. He still has his back tear.
Right. Because even if that didn't happen, I mean, you know, the fight didn't happen, he would still be saying it the exact same way. Like, man, this was supposed to happen, but he's not there. You know, he's not there anymore. So so we had to change plans because now that plan has ended. So if there's an ending there, people are going to say, well, he wasn't there anymore. So now it has to change, you know? And then you also got to add on to the fact that there's a lot of stuff that they can't say. So people watching their words, they're going to say things and things are going to slip out because they're trying to word it to the point where, you know, like for right now, this is the finite.
Yeah.
We don't have a general conclusion, but for what was going on with that story, this is the definite. This guy's not here. So everything stopped. So that would be my view of it. Especially me just obsessed with trying to figure out what goes on in the head of people.
See, my whole thing is right now, since he's injured, it's out of sight, out of mind. Like, the elite is back, cool, whatever. Yeah. Let's just let CM Punk heal.
Yeah.
And once he's 100% healed, then I guess fuck it.
Right. And then speaking of out of sight, out of mind, with people being injured and stuff, because that happens a lot. We done had a busy year, people got injured and people gotten forgotten about because of the injuries. And then, you know, life moves on. But watching everything goes on that was been going on last week wrestling. I was about to just say AEW, but with wrestling as a whole, I do want to keep people in the mind. I want to keep a few wrestlers in the mind of the fans that listen. So shout out to Scorpio Sky.
Yes.
Dog, I miss you. You would be awesome in this landscape right now. Shout out to Big E. I hope I see you in some capacity because I'm late on the Big E fan bus. So I will want to see you in some capacity because being selfish. Randy Orton, you've been around for a good long while. Shout out to you. Get well. Adam Cole.
Doesn't like fusion surgery.
Yeah, I really pray for your healing. Adam Cole, I pray for your healing too. I definitely miss you. You are electric. You do, like, if I can say you remind me of somebody, you do remind me of Shawn Michaels. And I know that you strive to be that type of wrestler. You are just electric when it's in the ring with your personality, everything. So I want to see you come back.
I guess Andrade is hurt too, actually.
Yeah, Andrade is hurt. It's kind of everything that's going on with him has been kind of confusing. But shout out to you. I really want you to get well soon too. It felt good to see Hangman back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
I'm not a huge Hangman fan.
yeah.
Like
It
him
was
versus Moxley in the grudge match, that's going to be a really good match. That's
right.
probably going to be at Winter's Coming.
It should be. And this is the type of mode that this is the type of energy that should have been for you during your championship run.
Mm-hmm.
And it was no words, it was just action. That was awesome. Shout out to because we also had the House of Black comeback. Malachi, thank you for staying with AEW. Thank you for giving this a fresh new look. And because y'all a trio, I can't wait to see you. I want the Elite to lose to Death Triangle so we can get a definite finish off House of Black versus Death Triangle. Because if Death Triangle wins, then y'all go to the back of the line. But if y'all win, it's over. There ain't nothing else they could say. There ain't nothing else Death Triangle could do. I'm not rooting for you, but I wouldn't be mad if you won too. So, I just wanted to. I did want to welcome back a couple of people as because injuries and mental health did take a few people away. We're getting some people back. I'm glad to see Charlotte getting ready to come back. I fucking miss Cody.
Yeah.
This like when I first saw Cody, I was like, okay, I get it. Him putting on some great matches, it's like, yeah, I get it. Him losing and not being able to compete for the AEW title made me like him a little more because you really did got Jericho over. Like you got MJF over. I mean, he threw in the towel for you and turned on you, and that was like the ultimate, and that was just fucking amazing. I really appreciate your humbleness, and you deserve to definitely win the title. I know that I'm going through, but we just had Thanksgiving, so I'm really thankful for all of these things.
Oh, I did just read that next Wednesday, having the Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal. And as of right now, Ricky Starks is in it, Matt Hardy, Ethan Page, Jungle Boy, Don Castle, Brian Cage, and Sean Dean.
Oh man. Ricky in this moment. Ricky in this moment.
He wants to win that match.
He wants to take everything from MJF. You were the Diamond Ring champ. I'm taking that. I'm going to get you. I'm taking the belt. I'm taking everything that you ever worked for. That was a powerful thing.
If he wins the Diamond Ring, I think that gives him
he gets 2 title shots.
Yeah, so then
he'll have 2 title shots.
So then they can keep their little rivalry going a little bit longer.
Yeah, that works, and it's good to see that. If they do what I think they're going to do, I'm guessing Ricky Starks is going to be the next one up, but it's going to be like a year, 2-year down the line process, just like how they did for Hangman Page. But like I said, Ricky is up for it. Ricky is the Gambit of the Marvel Universe. Make that happen, Kevin Feige.
Happen.
Make that happen. But he's just that good. Cause now he done put the pause on Hobbs. Hobbs put the pause on it. And so that is something that is definitely going to be revisited. And then you still got the MJF thing that is going on. And he got obstacles to face in this situation. So yeah, I can definitely see this. And I guess MJF is definitely going to put on more matches than what he said. But yeah, he's talking about, I'm only doing it on pay-per-view. Tony is about to make shit happen. And this is going to be Tony versus MJF in a way.
Yeah.
Or just like how they did
of 2024, way more lucrative.
Yeah. Or it's going to be like how other people did Chris Jericho when he was the champion. You know, try to outsmart him into a match.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see that happening a couple times. Or MJF will say, you know what? Hold the fucking phone. MJF watches this. I just thought about it. How many people talk about MJF being repetitive as far as his gimmick goes?
Not a whole lot that I know of.
Right. But that was something that I said. That him doing all of this stuff that he's going through, you know, you got to go through 4 or 5 people and all of that. He made reference to that in the fucking promo yesterday, last Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker watches his show. Look, MJF, if you watch this show, know that, yeah, that was my critique. You can be with mama. You ain't got to be forcing me to do stuff. I know that was a critique, but that's because you are freaking amazing and you don't have to resort to that. But because you're a heel, I know that you're going to resort to that anyway. But if you're watching the freaking show, I want to do an interview with you. I think that you would be fucking phenomenal as far as being on this show, having an interview, talking to us. But I know that you watch the show because the one thing that you said, nobody else said it but me.
That we know.
A fan of. And believe me, we watch What Culture Wrestling, we watch WrestleMania, we do the PW Insider, we do it all.
Yeah. And I try to get some of the other not well so known podcasts.
Yeah. Like the Dirty Hills, Off the Top. Like there's a couple of us out here. And if you do, I appreciate it. I'm going to say that you are probably going to be the best heel champion that we've seen, even better than my boy Le Champion. I know that's heartbreaking for me to say.
Blasphemy.
I know it's heartbreaking for me to say, but this is going to be amazing. And I think that yours is not going to be as comedic as Chris Jericho's was.
Oh, yeah.
I think that you're going to be more substance, which will make you the best. You have been the wrestler of the year for me. I mean, it's been hard to say. I don't know that I'm talking to him like he's actually listened. But if you have been the best wrestler for me this year. It has been hard between you, Seth freaking Rollins, and Sami Zayn. Y'all done took it to a level that hasn't been here in a good goddamn while. So
yeah, you guys are making wrestling great again.
He's making wrestling. Man. I'm sorry. I'm a huge MJF fan. Like you don't know. Like this dude, and for him to yes, blasphemy. But I know. But
I'm telling my mama.
Don't say nothing. Better not tell mama. But no. Yeah, but he said that, and I was like, you know, at first I was like, you know, yeah, you know, better repetitive and you're going to keep doing it. Okay, cool. Then I was like, I have never heard anybody else say that. I have never heard anybody else. You know what? I'm gonna put that clip of that episode because I'm going to find it. I'm gonna put that clip out and say I know MJF listened to my podcast.
Man,
Yeah, but
maybe we can at least get a reply.
right. And shout out to Kip Sabian because Kip always likes. Chris Jericho always likes. I do want to say another person that I do miss, Santana. We need to see you again. Because man, I know you probably got a lot of stuff going on. I'm not trying to get into your business or anything like that. But it has been, you have been one of the dudes that I just love to watch wrestle. I'm not even gonna hold you up. Just one of the dudes to love to watch wrestle. And you was one of the first ones to one of the first AEW stars to actually like a tweet. And I'm glad you actually had a chance to actually perform in Detroit because I said it. Detroit was gonna bring that energy. And you liked that. And you got to see it. And they did bring that energy.
Yep.
I fucking love my city. But yeah, other than that, that's it. That is it. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Not really.
Yeah. Yeah. Letting y'all know that we're doing the wrap-up show. We got a list of stuff that is going on, and we're going to create a list of stuff.
Yep.
So
be ready for it.
Be ready for it.
In 2023, that is the interview year of the 3.
Yeah.
So wise, man. Talking wrestling. And if y'all can do me this one favor this holiday season, go ahead and like us on YouTube, like
Spotify,
us on Instagram, like us on Twitter. You can go ahead and comment on our YouTube page, comment us on Twitter, because that's where we're usually at.
Yeah.
And hell, even when we post on Instagram, comment there. And if you could, just go ahead and share us on YouTube, IG, and Twitter. And you will be our friends forever.
Yeah.
Forever. Like, that's what we want for Christmas.
Yeah.
All we want for Christmas is for you to like, subscribe.
That's it.
Just listen to us.
That would be the gift that keeps on giving.
That is right there.
Yeah. All right. But if nobody told you that they love you, I love you. Nobody said that you're awesome. We say that you're awesome. You've been listening to this podcast. Yeah. But just know that everything that is going on is only temporary. It's obstacles for you to get over. When you get to the other side, you'll realize how strong you are and your capabilities of becoming even stronger. There is a quote that if you get past to the point of where you want to quit, success is guaranteed. So
just remember where you came from.
Yeah, the humbleness will always be a great thing. So is gratitude and enthusiasm. Those should be words that y'all put in y'all vocabulary. Don't get used enough in this world. And if you know those words and if you just live out those words, success and happiness is on the other side. Just know that. But until next time, I want you to do what it is that you love doing, and that is watching, participating, doing swan-time bombs, all that's. Say that again.
Said on other children.
Yeah, swan-time bombs, power bombs, all types of bombs on kids is awesome. So make sure that you do that. Yeah, just love wrestling. Just participate in wrestling. Just be wrestling. But until next time, peace.
Peace.
Love y'all. Have a good night. Hold on one second.